As you might know, the upcoming AliExpress sale will be held from the 12th of June to the 18th. And here's a chance to save up on our favorite watches. So today I'm going to be talking to you about 12 watches that are wonderful and that represent amazing value. I'm of course going to be leaving links to these watches below. You can already put those watches on your cart and come back during the sale. And because of choice, which I will explain later, you can even purchase watches at amazing prices right now. On this channel we talk about the best affordable watches of very good quality, and I often inform you about the best deals that you can find either on Amazon, AliExpress, Joma Shop or elsewhere. We of course also do many watch reviews. If that is something that you like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking on the button below. We have a lot to cover, so let's check the watches right now. First of all, a watch that I pretty much always recommend because it is amazing value, maybe one of the best values on AliExpress out there, the Pagani design 1644 Daytona homage. This is a choice. I told you I was going to explain to you what choice is. So choice is pretty much a selection of the items that sell the best. They send them through their own logistics and they can ensure in this way where it will arrive. Something pretty much like Amazon Prime, but it won't cost you anything. And the good thing about choice is that the prices are always extremely good, even outside of the sales. For example, this watch, even during the sales, I have never seen it this affordable, so it is right now at $53. The watch has amazing at 40mm in diameter by 11.5 in height. It is a spec monster for the price, with a sapphire crystal, a ceramic bezel insert, a Seiko Mecha Quartz VK63 and 100 meters of water resistance. Those are the positives. Of course it has negatives. The loom is so-so, while featuring solid links and a solid clasp is so-so. It is not that solid. But for $53 is an extremely good bargain that you can purchase right now, even before the sale. Watch number 2 is one that has proven extremely popular as well, like the one in homages of course, the Pagani design PD1701, so the Moonwatch homage. Even outside of the sale, this goes for $80, so not a lot of money for what it offers. And what does it offer? You've got your classic Moonwatch proportions, so 42mm in diameter, by a little bit under 14mm in height, but you've got a pretty contained lug-to-lug of 47.8 and luckily a 20mm lug width. Why do I say luckily? Because this watch, like of course the mythical Moonwatch, is a strap monster, so you can try and combine all kinds of straps. Pretty much everything will go with this watch. It is a spec monster as well. You've got a domed sapphire crystal. You've got a ceramic bezel insert, not even the Moonwatch has that. You've got pretty nice finishing with those slider lugs, and you've got a great movement. Here again, the Seiko VK63. On the negative side, the hands are a bit thick here when you compare it to the real thing, which looks a bit more subtle only because of it. The loom, although not extremely bad, is so-so, but it's not great on the original either. But the real negative point of this one is that metallic bracelet. Not that it's anything extremely poor quality, but to the touch it's a little bit rough. If you don't mind, that's fine, but I would really go with a leather strap and save yourself some dollars. Anyway, you'll be putting it on something else. On the third position, it is maybe the most popular watch on AliExpress, and for a reason. I am talking of course about the Steeldive 1970 Willard homage. This one goes for $83. They have sold, I don't know, maybe thousands of this one because of the amazing quirky design, because of the amazing value as well. For $83 you've got a sapphire crystal with ceramic bezel insert, you've got an improved clasp, they have improved that lately, and you've got a Seiko NH35 in there. So it is the first watch that we talk about with an automatic movement and not any movement, an extremely reliable automatic Japanese movement in here. And I forgot to tell you that it also has amazing loom. A watch for under $100 with amazing loom is pretty much unheard of. As a negative point for this one, I am really still looking. Maybe if you don't like homages, outside of the sale it is at $83, and I am sure that it will come down even more. But even at $83, this is a Steeldive. At number 4, we've got the Seagull Jade Circle. Okay, the reference is 119.93.6099, which is much less catchy than Jade Circle. This one is also a choice item, which means that you can have it at this price right now. $98, very good price for this kind of watch. The strong point here will be its aesthetics. It's very wearable size at 39mm by 10.6 millimeters in height, only 57 grams, so really wearable. And of course the specs. You've got a sapphire crystal, you've got a beautiful design in here. Some have said that it resembles a Nomos. I have not seen a Nomos that resembles this one yet. Maybe you can give me the reference on the comment section. You've got a very nice tan strap for this one. And of course, this being a Seagull, you've got an in-house movement, a Sugess ST19. As for the negative points, that movement may be in-house. It is, however, non-hacking, and this watch has only 5 ATM of water resistance, which is enough for a dress watch. A very, very nice looking watch if you're looking for a dress watch that won't break the bank. At number 5, you've got an automatic St. Martin watch for only $114. And this is thanks to choice as well, so you can pick this up right now. I am pretty sure that even on the sale, it will not come this cheaply. Take a look at this watch. Of course, it is a homage, it is a Longines homage, but it is so exquisitely well done. I believe that it's one of the most beautiful watches that I have seen, both because of its design and its execution. The design is thanks to Longines, of course, but the execution is thanks to St. Martin, with that amazing finishing, those extremely well-made poire hands, and that really attractive dial with little artificial spots to simulate age marks. Don't blame St. Martin, Longines were the ones that came with this idea. On the spec front, you've got a Seiko NH35, and I am really happy with that choice because it is extremely reliable and it keeps the price down. The positive points, we have discussed about its beauty, of course. We have also discussed about the quality of its finishing, and on $114, it is excellent value. What are the negative points? I'm still looking. It's a homage, let's say, if you're not into that, but other than that, at this price point, it is almost unheard of for a St. Martin. At number 8, we've got another bestseller that I reviewed on the channel about 3 years ago. It is, of course, the St. Martin Vintage Diver. I even gave this watch away for the 9,000 subscribers of the channel, and here we have it at $157, thanks to choice once again. This beauty, I have talked about it extensively. I have talked about its amazing size. I have talked about its extremely nice, highly domed sapphire crystal. So check those videos. I'm only going to sum up positives and negatives. The positives is pretty much everything about this watch. This is maybe one of my favorite homage watches. The negative, it might be that it has 4 rivets. A lot of people will not like that. I don't mind that much, but yeah, I prefer it not to have them. For the next watch, let's go to the Baltany chronograph. The reference is S205045, and this is a very nice 39mm in diameter watch, a very recent release from Baltany, with amazing specs coming in at only $148. A lot is right with this watch, from its very nice military design, its good specs comprising of a sapphire crystal, which is slightly domed, that Seiko VK67 giving you a 24-hour subdial, 100 meters of water resistance ensured by that screwed crown and those screwed down pushers as well, and in the best military style, all of the case is bead blasted. Its negative points that I have addressed during the review of this watch are that the dial might be a bit crowded, and you also have cut out numerals there, the 55, the 05, the 25, the 35. A lot of people don't like that. You also have a non-matched date wheel at 3, and all in all, compared to a Pagani design, for example, it might appear a bit expensive for a VK67 chronograph, even though at $148 value is still very good. Let's continue with another chronograph from Baltany as well, the S2050-34. And although these might seem similar, they are at least in diameter. That's where the similarities stop. This is a much more dressy vintage chronograph with that all-round polished case. Dimensions are a bit different as well. Even though you've got the same diameter of 39mm, you've got a higher thickness of 12.7mm due to the more boxed sapphire crystal, but you've got a shorter log-to-log of 46.5. On the positive aspect, this is a pretty nice preppy chronograph with a very nice dial. I really love those vintage chrono dials. You've got it on 3 different versions. I got this reverse panda with old radium numerals because I think that it looks really nice. You've got a combination here of BGW9 and old radium. Here you've got an original design, and that is very much to its advantage. It is also beautiful, and the strap is very nice, with matched stitching matched to the old radium color. On the negative aspects, you only have 50 meters water resistance. This watch might be a bit too shiny for some, and at $149, just like the Baltany before, this might seem a bit expensive for a VK67 chronograph, although I really don't think it is. Number 8, you've got, of course, a Seagull 1963. I pretty much talk all the time about this watch. Outside of the sales, you got it for $170 on the link that I'm going to be leaving you below. Take a look at that movement. I think an image or a video here speaks better than 1,000 words. So it pretty much does all the talking. Only 38mm in diameter, which makes it wonderful and wearable for everybody. Get the sapphire version. I think that the acrylic, although it's more authentic, is a bit noisy. So I really think that the sapphire is the way to go. With pretty much the same movement, you've got the next watch in the selection, which is the Sugess chronograph. This one cost $198 outside of any sale. It is a bit bigger than the 1963 with 40mm in diameter, a thickness of 13.7, and especially a log-to-log of 50.3. You've got a very nice domed sapphire crystal. This one has excellent build quality. You also have that amazing ST1901 movement in there, but this is the one with the swan neck regulator, which costs more. You've got one without the swan neck regulator version, but I really think that that swan neck makes a beautiful movement even more beautiful. So this one has that going for it compared to the 1963. On the negative points, the movement might be beautiful, but it is still non-hacking. And the movement might be a bit fragile, so don't rough it up. The 10th watch on this selection is one that I am wearing right now. It is a St. Martin Watch Dives collaboration, or SN0121G. This one is a very new addition. There are not a lot of stores selling it on AliExpress. The St. Martin official store doesn't sell it, for example. Instead, they sell the other version, which is also pretty nice, but has much less of that 42mm Pelagos vibe. This one is very nice. It is like a 42mm Pelagos, but on a 39mm frame, which is what a lot of people were expecting from the actual Tudor released a few months ago, but we did not get that. Instead, we got a less tooly watch. This one is very tooly. Let's start with the dimensions. You got a 39mm in diameter by 12.8mm in height by 47.2mm in log-to-log by 20mm in log width. The finishing is amazing. St. Martin have really mastered the finish. It is clearly their strong point. The build quality is also extremely good with this one, but for one negative that I will be discussing. Also, it is the first time that I experienced that on-the-fly adjustment clasp by St. Martin, and let me tell you that it is very good. Less good though is the fact that, practical and beautiful as it may be, the edges of the clasp are a bit pointy, which is something that St. Martin should really look into. And then, this is not a titanium watch, although I believe that if they had made it titanium, this would be much more expensive. Already some might feel that the NH35 is a compromise. I don't. I think it keeps value down, so that is wonderful. Yeah, price, we have not talked about that. This one is $238 outside of the sales, and I really don't believe that it will come down, as there's very few of them left, and they will be going anyway. The next watch on this selection is also a St. Martin, the SN0109G, and this is an NH34 GMT. It costs $300, and although it is a homage of the 41mm Tudor GMT, you can see that St. Martin has been copying Tudor pretty much lately. It is something pretty different. First, because of the size. You've got a diameter of 40mm, 39 at the case, so it wears like a 39, although it looks like a 40. You've got a height of only 13mm compared to the gigantic almost 15 of the original, 48.5 in log to log and 20mm in log width. The size is amazing. It's one of those watches that you put it on, you can almost not take it off. So for the positive points, this is much more wrist-friendly than the original. That NH34, I am sure that it has been tuned, because for me it is keeping amazing time, pretty much +2 per day. As any other St. Martin, it is extremely well finished as well. On the negative aspects, it is a bit expensive, and for a watch this expensive, it does not have an on-the-fly adjustment. I really hope that St. Martin start putting that on-the-fly adjustment clasp on this one as well, but that they don't forget to file those edges a little bit. That has been it for the review, guys. I hope you found it useful. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, to like, to comment. I will be putting some videos here of the watches that we have discussed during this video. I'll see you in those, or I'll see you very soon on another video. Goodbye.